Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we have a John J. Bowman, 50% single barrel. Dustin, what are we drinking?
So, Mike, I don't have all the details because it's one of those, message board, hearsays. Huh? But this is Buffalo Trace distillate. I'm not positive on the if it's the mash bill 1 or 2. Thought we were passing over. I don't know which one. I've heard rumors of being one or the other, or maybe a blend. I don't know. Bottom line is, it's Buffalo Trace. Mm-hmm. It spends a little bit of time over in Virginia, and these guys are bottling it. This single barrel is a little bit hard to get, but not impossible, and runs about $50, Mike. So nice. I saw one and I said, I got to pick that up. Just give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure. Never heard of them really before, so I'm interested to get to them.
They make a port finish that's very easy to get, and it's terrible.
Port could be that way. It could be great, or there's no middle ground with port.
Yeah.
You ever see that Japanese guy who won the best bartender in the world or whatever? He does all the crazy stuff, like cuts the ice and everything.
Okay.
And everyone's the bottle, he's smooth. This one, Dustin, 50%, always a good middle ground that you're going to get a good quality oily bourbon.
And let me tell you, it's oily on the nose, man.
It is. Fruity, spicy.
Yeah.
Caramel.
Got a nice little bit of fruit.
I like a fruity bourbon. You add that to the caramel notes and get a little bit of woodiness, you're in for good time.
Yeah, it's almost like pear, apple kind of thing going on here. Mm-hmm. Very orchard fruit.
Yeah.
And then has a nice little bit of wood note. I keep looking, and I did a little research on this, and I really couldn't get a consistent answer on what was going on as far as age goes. But I have heard from some people that, year to year, sometimes the single barrels are good, sometimes they're not. The current ones are supposed to be pretty good, and on the nose, Mike.
This is beautiful sweetness. Beautiful caramel sweetness with a twinge of char.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this.
Yeah, this is just everyday, easy drinking bourbon. Very much reminding me of
this is coming off very flavorful in the nose.
Yeah, this is reminding me of the best of the Buffalo Trace picks I get. Only, again, a little more proof, which really helps.
It does. Scotch needs to be 48. Bourbon needs to be 50.
Absolutely with you there.
No, I don't make any decisions in any of these companies, so that means nothing to anybody.
Exactly. Well, we're starting to see, the tail end of this whole whiskey boom starting to happen. I think there's going to be some international stuff going on that may even exasperate it. And you know what, Mike? Us drinkers are going to have more and more power in demanding distilleries do what we want. Just like back in the 80s when Lafroig 10 had 30-year-old whiskey in it, We're going to be able to have a little more say here, I hope.
It's a nice hope, Dustin.
It's all we have, man. Wishes and hopes.
You're right. Might as well think positive.
This is just classic drinking bourbon. This is the kind of nose you'd expect. You could mix this with something because it doesn't have anything, offensive. But from a whiskey drinker standpoint, it smells great. Legs are actually pretty decent for 50% even.
Smells excellent, Dustin. This is the third bourbon we had tonight, a Michter's 10 and a Four Roses single barrel. This is easily the best nosing whiskey of the three, bourbon of the three.
I will take that Michter's all day, every day over this one. However, I will say, this is the most approachable to the average person, I think. Just everyday drinker.
I think it's punchier than average. Oh, for sure.
You like the fruit, yeah. This is the fruitiest.
You don't often get sweet fruit and a little bit of char.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that epic creme brulee of the Michter's. Anyway, it doesn't have the age notes. My guess is this is about 10-year-old bourbon. Just a guess. It's probably 8 to 10.
I would say that's exactly the range I thought it would be.
That'd be my guess. Just 8 to 10.
That's a solid 8.
Oh, it's solid. Again, and for $50, it was $55. Now, I will say, last time I saw one of these, the store wanted $120, and when I laughed, she was like, "What do you mean? Everybody's just been lining up to buy them." And I was like, okay. Not me. But yeah, really, this is approachable. There's no one who likes bourbon who's not going to enjoy the nose on this. You couldn't dislike this.
He who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. I forget you said that, but just because everyone's doing it, that's the worst reason to do anything.
This is just rich caramel with that apple spice, barrel char.
Apple spice. Oh, what is the spice? Cinnamon? Light cinnamon? White cinnamon?
I'm not sure what the spice is. You're right. To me, it's just barrel spice. It's
When you said that, I was like, I cannot pick up the spice, and that is you saying limited edition.
Well, I mean,
That's saying nothing.
well, because I mean, here's the to me.
Barrel spice.
No, because it's just that barrel char. It's wood spice. It's like
there is barrel char and there is spice.
It's wood. It's wood spice. It's like you're at Home Depot and they're doing the sawing and you got that dust in the air. It's that note.
I disagree.
I think that's.
They're both there.
If you want to say white cinnamon, I can see where you're coming from.
I wanted your guess because the cinnamon isn't quite right.
But I would definitely not say cinnamon on this.
It's another spice I don't know. My wife has a spice rack. We put it in the closet. Sometimes I smell them.
Yeah, same thing here. I actually need a little more. I'm going to go.
It's a green spice.
I need to find that spice note. You're right.
It's green. My guess is it's green. This is an enjoyable bourbon, though.
The sweetness is a little on the green side.
Lemongrass.
I could get that. I could get to that. Now the spice is just. It is. It's just a generic wood spice. Mm-hmm. To me, it's wet oak. It's wet oak. But it's a spicy wet oak. Even though I know this is American oak, obviously, it almost gives me like if you ground up just a little dusting of French oak and just kind of splashed it in here.
Lazy.
I'm just giving you the closest I got, buddy.
Okay, so it came off sweet and everything initially on the arrival. As soon as you swallow dark, char, and burnt chocolate.
I can definitely get there with you.
That's what you say when you don't agree with me. What are you getting?
No, I mean, I didn't get distinct chocolate. So I got just like I got a general darkness. Again, this is one of those bourbons that like distinct flavors don't really jump out at me. Mm-hmm. To me, this all plays together in a very like typical classic just bourbon. Where like I mean, if you were to tell me, hey Mike, or say like, hey Dustin, what's bourbon taste like?
Pretty close. Yeah, this is an upgraded version of it, but this is
very good. But like this to me is like, to me this is what bourbon is. Like this is the middle of bourbon.
All right, I know I picked on this earlier, but I gotta say, I can see 120 for it. If Redbreast PX is 150, and it is, oh, and guess who didn't buy one the other day? I guess I ain't like a rock. It was so for 129 plus tax.
I've not made it down to that store, and since that we did that review, I got to go down there and see if I can still get two more.
Such a good whiskey. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is punching above its weight, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is excellent, and I'll be honest. I mean, had I had one of these before that 120, I would not have balked as much. But I knew this was like I paid $50 for this plus 300 points. Mm-hmm. Which the 300 points is nothing. Like that's just okay. Enjoy.
$300, right? $1 a point.
I had to spend $300, but I get 50 back, so it only cost me $250 total.
Yeah, you're saving money.
I'd already spent the $300, Mike.
You're right.
The money was.
We're already far down the track.
And trust me, buddy, most of that was spent on Springbank. I was going to buy anyway, and my Springbank costs less there than it costs at other stores.
Buddy, I do not question your buying decisions, even if they were the bad ones.
Always question the bad ones.
I am.
These were easy.
I am on your side 100% of the way.
But this was an easy one. And having grounded, I was like, man, this is really good. I was actually kind of sad. I was hoping to have this with Keith, but he's not here this week.
Big Keith. Canceled us 5 times in a row. Man, his social life has exploded.
He is a difficult guy to get a hold of.
That's our boy. Anyway, let's get the whiskey score time, Dustin, especially since I turned off the wrong light again and left the wrong light on. Man, I am slipping. This is an enjoyable bourbon. I didn't think I'd go this high, but I just got to call a spade, Dustin. This is an enjoyable whiskey. It's an 88.
Wow.
Yep.
Jeez, I did not expect that.
This is my 4 roses.
Yeah, this is rare. I'm going to go lower than Mike, but 87. Love this. It's solid. I mean, you'd be crazy if you can get these for retail not to pick one of these up. $75 even, I think. This is a no-brainer.
$100 whiskey.
I don't know if I go 100 myself, but yeah.
What don't you like about this whiskey? You're not going to find any off-putting notes. It's 50% ABV. It's oily. Feels viscous.
There's nothing I dislike. It's just
which problem here? You don't think it's old? Is that what's the problem?
I like more oak. I like more spice on my bourbon.
Oak, I agree with. Spice, I don't. So that's why the difference.
I like more spice for sure. This just again, it's Buffalo Trace's profile, which to me is very much middle of the road, and I like something a little veering off, or I like it really old.
I like this one.
I love really old Buffalo Trace. But
this is a winner. All right, we'd like to know what you guys think. Since Dustin and I are in a disagreement with this one, which we should be more. We shouldn't always agree. We score whiskeys the same a lot. But I like when we're off 2 points. That's substantial.
This was one here,
One
but
here. You're right. But the other one, we were off 2 points.
we've been off a few times.
Yeah, we've been off a few times today. Good. It's good to know you're wrong. If you guys had a chance to try this one, let me know what you guys think. Just until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy drinking.
And as always, thanks for joining us.